I walked through the damp, foggy streets, my mind swirling. So much content, so many podcasts. How do I find the best? Then it hit me, like a big blue neon sign flashing through the mist. Blueberry. All I had to do was drop the E's and go to blueberry.com. Blueberry, the digital media interface for consumers, creators, and advertisers.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
When you've been pushed, goaded, mocked, humiliated, degraded, and dehumanized, you reach a point where you can go one of two ways.
You called down the thunder, well, now you got it.
Oh, sure, idle threats are fine, and if you don't back them up with action, that just makes things worse.
Are you not entertained?
When my wife of 25 years, my best friend of 27 years, died on June 17th, 2015, I lost the will to fight. I let it be known to the right-wing fascists who have been ganging up on me for more than 2 years, the fight was over. I was going to take some time to adjust, then I was going to move back to the Midwest.
I have seen evil. I have seen horror.
But they could not let go. In fact, if anything, they've picked up the pace of their harassment. They've mocked my grief. They've stolen copyrighted images and used them on their websites. They've taken the last picture I have of my wife and I together and photoshopped her into something hideous. And they think that shit is funny.
It's revenge. Sweet and clear. Revenge.
They think I'm a fat, crippled, stupid old man who can't do anything to them. Well, most of them are fatter than I am. My disability is merely physical. They are crippled in the soul. I am not stupid. And as far as my being able to do anything to them, we'll see about that.
You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here in my home, this beautiful home Gail made for us. And I'm going to give the forces of darkness precisely what they ask for.
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
This is not a threat. It's a promise. I'm Bill Schmalfelt, and I am the liberal grouch. And we're getting a little bit of a late start today, but I think you'll forgive me. Running a little bit late, like I said, and I would have warned you on Twitter, but I don't have a Twitter account anymore. You see, the freedom-loving, free speech-loving right-wingers at hogwash.com and who all else? BillySays.com and let's see. You got the Thinking Man's Trekkie? No, wait. The Thinking Man's Wookie? No, that's not it either. Zombie. The thinking man's zombie. Yeah. They believe in free speech as long as it's them that's doing the speaking. You see, if they don't like what I'm saying, they feel they have the right to just shut this shit down. And I'm just, I don't know. What can you say? What can you say when people just, they say one thing and they do another? Well, what's the word for that? There's a word for it. Hypocrisy. So, I've been a little bit busy today, and I'll be happy to explain why. Again, my name is Bill Schmalfelt. They've taken my Twitter away. I have no idea why. They don't tell you why. Just woke up this morning, my Twitter was gone. And I reviewed my yesterday's output on Twitter, and I don't see anywhere where I violated the terms of service. I just don't. And I wrote to Twitter and I said, hey, what's going on? What? And, Twitter, they don't respond if they're not in the mood. But I've been busy. I've been out doing stuff. I think my friend WJJ Hogue would call it a shoe leather kind of day. Did you know everything's proceeding as he has foreseen? It is. He said so on his blog. Been a lot of people saying lots of things on lots of blogs lately. And it turns out, oh my. And the sad part is, all I can say is, play it. I said blur.
You've been listening to...
No. I want this. This thing is...
I gotcha!
There it is.
You thought he wouldn't do it now, didn't you? You thought that he'd deny it now, didn't you? Now give me what you gotta give. Give it here. Come on! Hey! Good God! Hey! Hey! You taunted me each day on your stupid website. Said I'd be the loser if we should fight. Your libel be slandered me, dare me too. Yeah. You told me the winner would always be you. Now bend down. Down to the ground now. Hold it. Don't try to struggle now. Hold it. It'll be over soon now. Hold it. Come on. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Now squeeze down on it now. Hey! Good God. Hey! The judge approved it. Ha ha. Good God. You said there's no way that a judge would approve it. You said that he'd Google me and then he'd say screw it. He saw my complaint and he issued a ruling. I can sue you for free, and I ain't fooling. Now give it here. You never should have libel on me. Give it here. Wipe your eyes now. Give it here. Quit your whining now. Give it here. Come on. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. Give it to me. Good God. Hey! I gotcha. dishwasher gonna serve it to you. Gotcha! And you gotta take it too. Gotcha! Give it on here. I gotcha! You thought you'd get away with it, didn't you? Gotcha! I gotcha! Give it on up. I gotcha! Give it on here. I gotcha! You thought you could get away, didn't you? Ha! Gotcha! Oh, I gotcha! Yeah, we'll see you in court, you stupid son of a bitch. In the clown car, they're stuck where they are. That's Casey, Santorum, and Graham. They'll spend lots of cabbage but never get far. Casey, Santorum, and Graham. No matter how loud, they're stuck in the crowd. That's Casey, Santorum, and Graham. They're doing their best to make their mothers proud. Casey, Santorum, and Graham. Santorum was picked by God, and Casey ain't worth a damn. And Lindsay reminds me of my virgin aunt. Casey, Santorum, and Graham. Oh, no chance in hell, they're not polling well. They're Casey, Santorum, and Graham. Put them together and whatever you got, they get no attention, they don't have a mention. That's Casey, Santorum, and Graham. In the clown car, they're stuck where they are. That's Casey, Santorum, and Graham. They'll spend lots of cabbage but never get far. Casey, Santorum, and Graham. No matter how loud, they're stuck in the crowd. That's Casey, Santorum, and Graham. They're doing their best to make their mommies proud. Casey, Santorum, and Graham. Santorum was chose by God, and Casey ain't worth a damn. And Lindsay reminds me of my fussy aunt. Casey, Santorum, and Graham. Oh, no chance in hell, they're not polling well. They're Casey, Santorum, and Graham. Put them together and whatever you got, they get no attention, they don't rate a mention. That's Casey, Santorum, and Graham.
Well, all good things come to an end sometime, and the Old Dutch Cleanser contest comes to an end this coming Saturday at midnight. This is the last week to enter and win a brand new 1948 Ford sedan or a share in the big cash prizes. If you've put it off so far, enter now. If you've entered before, enter again, because your chance of winning is still just as good as anybody else's. And it's so easy to win. All you do is supply a winning last line for this jingle. Listen. For faster cleaning with new ease, just say, new post-war Old Dutch, please. With activated seismatite, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Remember, all we want is a last line, something that rhymes with seismatite. Get a pencil and paper handy, and later on I'll give you a sample last line to go by. Just a few minutes' time might win you a brand new super deluxe Ford V8 four-door sedan or a crisp new $10 bill. Somebody's going to win, and it might as well be you. Get your entry in now, tonight. Each entry must be accompanied by the windmill pictures from 2 labels of Old Dutch Cleanser. Mail to Old Dutch Cleanser, Box U, Chicago 77, Illinois. That's Box U, Chicago 77, Illinois. Entries must be postmarked before midnight this coming Saturday. It's your last chance, so get going.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
I think I've got the winning last verse here. It's truly the cleaner that does not bite. And the address they give, Box U, Chicago. Sounds like a, hey, Box U, man. Anyway, I'm Bill Schmalfeld. Thanks for joining us on the Liberal Grouchcast today. Again, I used to have a Twitter account, but now I don't no more. Now I don't no more because the right-wingers took it away. Really. I wrote to Twitter and I said, these same people who are reporting me have 2 or 3 or sometimes 5 or 6 Twitter accounts of their own. And when they report me, they're being something less than ingenuous if you know what I mean. But, like I said, Twitter will get back to me when they're damn good and ready, and they'll say, you violated a rule, and we cannot have you anymore. Which I guess, as far as things go, is absolutely fine with me. You can still send me an email if you like. My email address, they can't take that away from me, is Grouchcast365. That's Grouchcast365 at Comcast.net. Did you have time to get a pencil, honey? Grouchcast365, the numbers 365, at Comcast.net. Well, I see that on my webpage, the little word balloon is lit up. It means somebody's left me a message. Oh, no, that just says my stats are booming. Getting a lot of visitors today, I guess. Let me see. Let me scroll down here and see how many visitors I am getting. Don't I have count per day installed? I thought I did. I must not, though, huh? Yeah. Well, I'll fix that during one of the upcoming numbers, as we call them in the entertainment business. But, what's with the whining over there? You got nothing to whine about. Boy, are you sad. I miss her, too. It's been 3 weeks today. I've been a widower for 3 weeks today. It's just hard to believe it's only been 3 weeks. And then other times it's, wow, it's already been 3 weeks? I don't know. This is something you would have to go through yourself. There are times when you just want to sit down and cry. And there are times when you find yourself laughing about the whole situation. Gail and I, we joked about death up until the point where she was no longer responsive. She and I have, I have a very zen attitude about death. You can't avoid it. It's gonna happen. All you can hope for is that it doesn't hurt when it gets here. And I think I can safely say, with as much morphine as I was giving Gail, especially that last night, a week ago last night, she was not in any pain. Certainly wasn't well, but she wasn't in any pain. So I'm grateful for being able to help her to that degree. Oh, by the way, I want to apologize for yesterday's show. The live show was fine, but when I posted the recorded version of the show on Stitcher, Smart Radio, and Spreaker, and iTunes, and SoundCloud, there was kind of an echoey, far-away sound to it, and I think I know what happened. I think I know what I did, and I'll try not to do it again today. Right now, it is 2:48 on this Wednesday, July 8th, 2015. And let me just say, if I've been accusing you of being Paul Krendler, the proprietor of the Thinking Man Trekkie blog, Thinking Man Zombie blog. If I've been accusing you of being Paul Krendler, and you're not Paul Krendler, if I've been wrong, you are probably going to want to tell me who the real Paul Krendler is within, the next couple of hours.
Krendler or Grady, you can't make up your mind which one you are. I'd like to wake up and find Krendler or Grady. Fear defines what you are. I own you. I own you. I own you. I own you. Krendler or Grady, you're not very smart. You craven coward, you've made it an art. Krendler or Grady, fool whichever you are. I own you, I own you, I own you. You write like a moron, and I'm being kind. There's no use in fighting. What's yours will be mine. Krendler or Grady, I'll see you in court. Won't strip you naked, I'll leave you some shorts. Krendler or Grady, do you know who you are? I own you, I own you, I own you. I own you. Krendler or Grady, yes, soon you'll be mine. Thought you were clever, you're out of your mind. Krendler or Grady, fear defines who you are. I own you, I own you, I own you. You can prance if you want to, you can lick your friends behind. Cause your friends aren't clean, they're revolting and mean, they're a real plague on mankind. Say, you can do what you're doing, if it gives you peace of mind. Cause you can act like you come from out of this world, to reality you are blind. And you can prance.
Come see.
You can say what you want to, cause they believe most any lie. And you can just pretend that you're not being sued, be a real internet tough guy. Say, you can act like a douchebag, that'll give your friends a thrill. And you can be real rude and totally deluded, you can prove you're an imbecile. And say, you can prance, nothing is in your control. You can prance, digging a deeper hole. You can prance, everybody look at him go. He can prance, Grady is taking the chance. With the Grady prance, the Grady prance, the Grady prance. You can prance if you want to, we all know you've lost your mind. Your wife thinks you're a loser, anonymous abuser. Schmallfest gonna sue you blind. Say, you can do what you're doing if it gives you peace of mind. Cause you can act like you come from out of this world, to reality you are blind. And say, you can prance, nothing's in your control. You can prance, digging a deeper hole. You can prance, everybody look at him go. He can prance,
Grady is taking the chance. Will the Grady prance? 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 It's the Grady prance. 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 It's the Grady prance.
Yo, got legal problems? So you shouldn't feel like the Lone Ranger or anything. Not for nothing, but we all got legal problems. The question is, what you gonna do about them? You gonna pay the sky-high prices of a lawyer? Or take the chance of representing yourself? Don't be a knucklehead. The Goon Squad can make your troubles disappear for good. Go online and log on to goonsquad.wordpress.blogspot.biz and sign up today. Here's an actual case.
I found my two-timing husband in the back seat of my car, doing the bad thing with the babysitter. I can divorce the son of a bitch, but I want her to suffer too. But the lawyers say there's nothing I can do to her. Should I take that as a final answer?
Lady, you just tell us if you want your husband and his dolly to have a serious accident, or if the accident should turn tragically fatal.
Fatal sounds good, but how much will that cost?
Look, no questions, okay? We'll get in touch later with your bill. Hey, we don't ask no questions, and we sure as hell don't answer them neither. Got a sticky legal problem you can't quite scrape off of your shoes? Log on to goonsquad.wordpress.blogspot.biz and sign up today.
Fees are figured on an annual basis with weekly interest payments, or the VIG, attached. You will be finished paying when we say you are. And we don't deal well with snitches.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
Yeah, some folks are going to want to consider lawyering up, I believe. Before I get to that, Jeanette Runyon, such a pretty girl, Jeanette Runyon is. I actually had a very, what I think is probably the most flattering photo of her on my website, grouchcast.com. But she demanded that it be removed. She,
Not approved by the American Bar Association.
Oh, okay.
Terms of service indicate that you are responsible for all damages that may or may not occur.
All right, that's fine. I'll bear that risk. But the hosting service for my website, bluehost.com, sends me an email today and tells me that I've got to take it down because she said so. Let's just set aside for a moment the fact that Grady and Princess Sparkle Pony Zombie, or whatever her fucking name is, and the Wasilla, Alaska lawyer, David Edrin, are perfectly free, perfectly comfortable, stealing whatever they want from me, posting it on their websites. I post cease and desist orders. They ignore them except when they laugh at them. But I'm a good citizen. I try to do as I'm told. If what I'm being told is reasonable. And Miss Runyon doesn't want that particular picture on that particular website. Who am I to argue with her? So I took it down, and it was about as good a picture as you're ever going to get of Jeanette Runyon. Jowly, flabby, just two black holes of hate where a human being's eyes would be. And we replaced it with a picture that she does not own copyright to, and that would be her mugshot. So, drop by my blog, grouchcast.com. Scroll down to the story about, let's get the title for you so you can get it right here. Right-wing monsters defame deceased wife. If you click that on the front page, it'll take you right to the story, and you'll see the loveliness of the prisoner, Jeanette Runyon, Lexington, North Carolina. From the website arrestinquiry.co.mecklenburg.nc.us. Nobody ever really takes a good mug shot, and Jeanette in this picture looks like she's about to open her mouth and expose her vampire fangs and sink them into the photographer's throat. I don't know for a fact if she did that or didn't. But anyway, like I said earlier, if I have been publicly accusing you of being Paul Krendler, the proprietor of the Thinking Man's Trekkie zombie blog, if I've been publicly tying you in to that mouth-breathing idiot, and you happen to not be Patrick Grady, oh no, I'm sorry, if that was just a Freudian slip. If you're not Paul Krendler, let's say your name is Patrick Grady, and I've been referring to you as being the individual known as Paul Krendler. If I've been incorrect about that, and I know I have not been, but if I have, I would say you've got till 6:59 p.m. to straighten that little matter out. Because if you're not Paul Krendler, you sure as fuck know who is, and will want to make sure we've got the right person. Because in the state of Maryland, I can tell you without fear of contradiction, extortion is a felony. Of course, I can hear how you'll try to explain it in court.
The defense can call their next witness.
Your Honor, I call Captain McKeith.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Why, of course I do. What do I look like? Some kind of criminal?
Captain McKeith, do you recall the night in question?
Why, of course I do.
Then you admit freely that you caused the death of Jonathan Jeremiah Peacham.
Well, not actually. You see, I merely stabbed him several times. The blade of the knife is what killed him.
You claim to be innocent of this heinous crime. How is that so?
Well, it's like this, Mr. Counselor. Mr. Peachum gave me the knife that killed him. Therefore, I am not responsible for having the knife in the first place. If Mr. Peachum had not given me that knife, I would not have stabbed him with it.
So you're telling the jury is that you bear no responsibility for the death of Mr. Peachum because the knife you used to stab him 47 times and slit his throat from ear to ear was not your knife, but instead was a gift from Mr. Peachum to you to use as you choose.
Objection, Your Honor. Assumes facts not in evidence.
I'm gonna let the defense counsel establish a connection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Captain McKeith, when Mr. Peachum gave you the knife, were you given explicit instructions on how to use it?
No, sir, he didn't say a thing.
Did he explicitly tell you not to stab him?
Why, heavens, no!
Did he explicitly order you to not slit his throat with this gifted knife?
Oh, my goodness, no! I would never have done such a thing.
So, Mr. Peachum gave you the knife, did not tell you how to use it, and you used it as you saw appropriate.
That's absolutely right.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Would the prosecution like to cross-examine the witness?
I don't think that'll be necessary, Your Honor.
Fine.
The defense rests, Your Honor, and requests a directed verdict of not guilty.
Well, seeing as the evidence set before the court here today and over the last several weeks indicates that Captain McKeith did cause the death of Mr. Peachum, but that the death was caused by a knife, not by Captain McKeith, but, like I said, the knife blade, a knife that was given to Captain McKeith by Mr. Peachum with no explicit instructions on how it should or should not be used. This court has no recourse but to find the defendant, Captain McKeith, not guilty. Case dismissed.
I love our justice system.
Sandy Hook didn't stop me. Gabrielle Giffords didn't stop me. What makes you think anything can stop me?
I can't seem to face up to the facts. I cannot tolerate the gaze of blacks. I can't sleep 'cause my head is on fire. I'm dressed up in my combat attire. Right-wing killer, what's to say? Far, 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 far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh, right-wing killer, black or gay. Far, 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 far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh.
Don't you understand that yet?
They rape our wives and daughters. We just want our country back. You're talking a lot, but you're not doing anything. They're turning our children gay, and that means war. You'll know my name. I'll be on the news. Right-wing killer, and I don't play. Far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh, right-wing killer, there's hell to pay. Far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh, it is not your fault that you're black. You made the choice to be gay. This is what God chose me for, to ignite his racial war, okay? Yeah. Cleanse with pain, stoke the fire, cable coverage is what I desire. Right-wing killer, have my way. Far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh, right-wing killer, here to stay. Far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh.
Of quoting Jon Stewart from The Daily Show, I honestly have nothing other than just sadness, once again, that we have to peer into the abyss of the depraved violence that we do to each other, and the nexus of a just gaping racial wound that will not heal, yet we pretend does not exist. I'm confident, though, that by acknowledging it, that by staring into that, seeing it for what it is, we still won't do jack shit. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that's us. I'm Bill Schmalfelt. It is 3:11 in the afternoon, Eastern Daylight Time on the East Coast of the United States of America on this Wednesday, July 8th. And now why are you crying? My border collie is very sad. Sometimes I wonder if they really have a comprehension of this monumental event that took place 3 weeks ago today. I do know they were in the room with us when my wife breathed her last 3 weeks ago today. And I do know they were both laying down, very respectful. I wonder if she needs water. She's heading over to the water bowl right now. Well, before I look into that, let me just remind you that if I have been claiming in public forums or on my blog or elsewhere that you are the individual known as Paul Krendler, and on the off chance that I've been incorrect, you might want to consider what you're going to do about that. And you might want to do that by 6:59 p.m. And you might, you might want to lawyer up.
Hello. I am Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. And believe you me, I understand how difficult it is for a non-lawyer to navigate through this complex legal system. And lawyers are so damn expensive. That's why they're all so damn rich. Heck, if you don't got $2,000 to plunk down as a retainer fee, or if the people you want to sue don't have pockets as deep as the Marianas Trench, believe me, I got a room full of 10-foot poles a lawyer won't touch your case with. That's why I recommend ABO, the online legal service for online people needing online legal service. ABBO. It's absolutely free. Register, ask, and wait for ABO's team of competent, experienced lawyers to get around to responding to your legal question. Here are some real-life examples.
My ex-husband says he'll let everyone in the church know that I appeared as the center of attention in a bukkake film when I was in Japan on a college trip. It's defamatory, but since it's true, I can't sue for libel. What can I do?
That's a toughie. Have you tried contacting a lawyer? An experienced lawyer may be able to help you.
Here's another one.
I've been attacked by a gang of right-wing extremists who have been attacking me online since my wife died, posting filthy images of her, calling her a dead truck stop whore, and the like. How do I make them stop?
That's a toughie. Have you tried contacting a lawyer? An experienced lawyer may be able to help you.
Yes, actual free advice from actual lawyers with degrees on their walls and everything. Don't take on the bastards by yourself. Take the advice of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. Go online to abbo.org.com/questions and ask your legal question. Your lawyer is waiting.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, not approved by the American Bar Association or any other legal sanctioning body that we are aware of. Terms of service indicate that you are responsible for all damages that may or may not occur, even if they did not actually happen.
Men, no shaving proposition beats this. Listen. There's $1 cash, says Colgate Brushless wins you in a flash. Yes, $1 cash says this is it for the clean, smooth, comfortable shaves you've always wanted. And here's why.
Because it's light and fine-textured, Colgate Brushless completely surrounds, softens, and supports each bristle better than greasy, heavy creams. There's no matting down. There is no clogging. Your razor doesn't skid or skip when you use Colgate Brushless. Instead, it cuts through clean and smooth.
Try Colgate Brushless. See how it does away with razor scrape and soreness. Discover how slick and smooth and downright comfortable it makes your shave.
Get a large or giant-sized tube or jar of Colgate Brushless shaving cream. If 1 week's use doesn't win you completely, just send me back the carton top and we'll mail you your $1. Address, Bill Stern, care of Colgate, Jersey City, Zone 2, New Jersey. Remember, there's $1 cash says Colgate Brushless wins you in a flash. Real fine.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
A whole $1? Gee whiz, I can't go wrong.
This is the Liberal Grouch Cast. I'm Bill Schmalfelt. I get myself comfortable here as I broadcast to the nation and to the world. By the way, my email address. Oh, yeah, it's grouchcast365 at comcast.net. That's grouchcast365 at comcast.net. And after the conclusion of the live show today, I'll try to do a better job of preparing the pre-recorded version of the show to go on YouTube and SoundCloud and Spreaker and Stitcher, Smart Radio, and let's not forget the iTunes version of the podcast. Christ be Jesus, I'm all over the internet. Speaking of the internet, I was extorted earlier today. Honest and for true. I was the victim of extortion. Now, I'm not going to name any names yet, but here's what I wrote on my application for statement of charges. I, the undersigned, apply for statement of charges and a summons or warrant which may lead to the arrest of the above-named defendant on or about July 8th, 2015, at my home here in Howard County, Maryland. The above-named defendant attempted to extort me via a comment on my blog, grouchcast.com, demanding that I do what he orders against my will, and if I refuse to obey him by 6:59 p.m. tonight, he will proceed to publish a book using copyrighted pictures of my wife, who died of sudden kidney failure 3 weeks ago today. Quote, and this was on the comment that I received, "It will feature every picture you have published of your late wife on the internet, with actual quotes of things you have posted on said internet. For example, a picture of Mrs. Schmalfelt in a hospital bed with twat waffle in large print below." This communication from the defendant, who I will not name at this time, through the comment section of my blog under the pseudonym Mark, routed through an anonymous server in France. I was able to ascertain the identity of the sender as the defendant, who is a defendant in a suit I've filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of Maryland for defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and false slight invasion of privacy. When I saw the following published on his blog, referring to a copyright infringement suit filed against me by his friend and mentor, W.J.J. Hogue III of Westminster, Maryland, the defendant wrote, quote, "What I learned from this complete idiot is that standards, especially his, are tremendously flexible, even from minute to minute, depending on what he wants to steal or what he wants to protect. Plus, everything's gotta be registered and approved with the right forms and shit like that. And I have a whole collection of pictures of a hospitalized woman that aren't registered either. Might make a nice collage out of those someday." Huh. So, I have to do something by 6:59. I have to What did he say I have to? Oh, I have to acknowledge that I have no rights, that they're free to steal whatever they want, and there's nothing I can say about it. This is extortion under Maryland criminal law code section 3-706, which states, prohibited. A person with the intent to unlawfully extort money, property, or anything of value from another may not knowingly send or deliver, or make for the purpose of being sent or delivered, and part with the possession of, writing, threaten to, and then paragraph 2, subparagraph 2, inflict emotional distress on a person. The thing of value being sought by the defendant is my admission that I do not have control of my own name and likeness as expressed under the Restatement Second of Torts, Section 652, known as right to publicity. He wants me to admit that he has the right to steal any image he cares to steal from me and use my actual name in any fashion he sees fit. If I do not comply by 6:59 p.m., July 8th, 2015, he promises to self-publish a book that will feature my copyrighted photos of my recently deceased wife, causing me extreme emotional distress. I have privately and publicly posted cease and desist letters to the defendant, ordering him to cease using my private information and copyrighted photos without my permission. In addition to extortion, which, by the way, is a felony, I'll tell you what the time and fine is for that coming up. In addition to extortion, he should face charges for harassment under Maryland criminal law, Code Section 3-803, as he has engaged in a course of conduct that alarms or seriously annoys the other, with the intent to harass, alarm, or annoy the other after receiving a reasonable warning or request to stop by or on behalf of the other, or without legal purpose. In addition, the defendant should face charges for Maryland criminal law, Section 3-805, misuse of electronic communications or interactive computer service, as he has, quote, maliciously engaged in a course of conduct through the use of electronic communication that alarms or seriously annoys another, with the intent to harass, alarm, or annoy the other after receiving a reasonable warning or request to stop by or on behalf of the other and without legal purpose. I have brought this person's misbehavior to the attention of the Howard County Court Commissioner several times in the past, and the Commissioner's failure to issue charges has done nothing but encourage the defendant in the continuation of his activities. He has tweeted and emailed death threats to me in the past, all of which were reported, none of which were taken seriously by law enforcement. This time, I respectfully submit that the defendant has committed a felony and 2 misdemeanors for which he should be arrested, extradited to Maryland, and tried before a jury. Further encouragement of the defendant's activities could result in physical harm to myself or my stepson. The man has no compunction about going after my wife 3 weeks after her death. There's no telling what this man is capable of doing. Signed by me, signed by the court commissioner. So like I said, if I have been publicly suggesting that you are Paul Krendler, and you know for a fact that you are not Paul Krendler, I know you know who Paul Krendler is. It would be in your best interest to inform me of my mistake, or lawyer up.
Why, hello there. This is the ghost of Johnny Cochran. You may remember me as the slick son of a bitch who convinced a jury that O.J. Simpson did not slaughter his wife and a friend of hers like kosher lambs because some cop used a racial slur. Yep, that was me. And now I'm here to tell you how you can get the same kind of legal advice absolutely free. Go online and log on to justaskem.com. There you'll find skillful, devious, crafty, disbarred attorneys who will give you advice guaranteed to give you the upper hand in any legal situation you may be facing. Here is a real-life example.
I recently had an unnecessary hysterectomy on the advice of a doctor, who I found out later was actually a dentist. I'll never have children, I've lost all interest in sex, and my husband left me 6 months ago. Who can I sue?
Did you sign a waiver of liability?
What's that?
Oh, honey, you better come in for your free consultation. The first thing we'll do is have you sign a waiver form.
Well, gee, that sounds all nice and legal and stuff.
It almost is. And if we can do that to her, we can do that to you too. Go online right now and log on to justaskem.com. I may be dead, but I'm still making money.
In this case, the words free and absolutely free are intended to indicate a $150 service charge. Since that money does not go to legal services, it is not a legal fee. The word guarantee does not imply that you will receive the desired outcome. If we lose your case, what you're going to do about it? Sue us? Good luck with that, nitwit. Well, that was an interesting state of affairs. Somehow I got bounced off the internet here. I've had a really slow, crappy connection all day today. Not just for Live 365, but for everything. I've tried rebooting. I've tried cleaning the computer out. I think it's just a Comcast thing. It's just slow. But it's kind of a bad computer day all over the world today, isn't it? I mean, the New York Stock Exchange, United Airlines. You know who I blame? Donald Trump.
We got problems down there on the border. We got big problems there on the border. All those rapists and murderers, drug runners, thieves. And it looks like it's up to Trump to make them leave. Someone is doing the raping. Someone is breaking the law. There'll be no chance of escaping when Trump clamps down on them all. I will build a big wall at the border, and then things will be all like they order. Them bean-eating savages, they'll take the fall. And I'll even make Mexico pay for it all. Someone is doing the raping. Someone is breaking the law. There'll be no chance of escaping when Trump clamps down on them all. I'm not saying that they are all rapists. Surely Mexicans are not all rapists. I'm sure there are dozens all perfectly nice. But with Trump in command, they will scatter like mice. Someone is doing the raping. Someone is breaking the law. There'll be no chance of escaping when Trump clamps down on them all. When Trump clamps down on them all. I'm looking at you, Speedy Gonzales.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
All my friends ain't got no green card. No green card. They don't want to work hard. Mr. Bill O'Reilly and Ms. Laura Ingram.
I do believe that if you do have mass deportations and you know, the rental agreement stuff, that the Republican Party would become obsolete, that you would ensure Hillary Clinton's election in 2016, because the demographics don't add up, and that's
well, Bill, that's the left's argument.
Immigrants sneak across the border. Immigrants mocking law and order.
You're adopting the argument of the left.
No, it's the Republican Party. It's Karl Rove's argument. It's
right,
John McCain's argument.
Right.
If you do that kind of a draconian action,
why is it draconian for a country to enforce its own laws?
Mass deportations would be draconian. It would be.
Well, Bill, we take the penalty of deportation off the table, and we see what's happened as a result.
Absolutely.
Immigrants climb a 12-foot high fence. Immigrants get a driver's license.
I'm telling you, if your vision were put in there, Republican Party, done.
First thing you do is start deporting people, not by the hundreds, not by the dozens, by the thousands. And that means entire families, not just a father or mother, but we keep families unified by deporting all people who are here illegally. Got your flak jacket on, O'Reilly? You ready?
I'm ready to go, Ingram.
Okay. Suit up.
Immigrants, they get free health care. Immigrants don't care what's fair.
Yeah, go ahead. Listen, according to all the polls, most Americans want some kind of solution, fair-minded, humane solution for the 12 million illegals who are here.
All right, let's start with that fact that's skewed. Okay. Here's what the exit poll said, Bill. About 80% of Americans, more than two-thirds of Americans, more than three-quarters, actually want immigration enforcement.
Send their kids to school. Send their kids to school. Send their kids to school for free. 'Cause we get to stay. 'Cause we get to stay when they get that school degree.
We have failing schools. We have a border overrun still. We have wage stagnation in the country. And you claim it is hard right to believe in immigration enforcement.
No, you're twisting my words.
Well, you called me hard right.
I said
and
you
one
took
of
that
those people.
Fine on it.
Meanwhile, let me pass on the good word about the new Kraft Dinner. This famous macaroni and cheese still cooks in 7 minutes. But the new Kraft Dinner gives you a richer, fuller cheese flavor. Just what you cheese lovers have been hankering for, the flavor of golden cheddar through and through a dish full of tender, fluffy, light macaroni. And to think you cook it in just 7 minutes. When the folks taste the new Kraft Dinner, they'll say it's incredible that you could whip up such swell macaroni and cheese so fast. Kraft's tireless research, of course, is responsible for the goodness of the two ingredients in each Kraft Dinner box. The special macaroni and the Kraft grated that gives such splendid cheese flavor. Let them work their speed magic in your kitchen to give you point-thrifty, good-eating main dishes. At your food store tomorrow, get a couple of packages of the new Kraft Dinner. Each box makes enough for 4 servings, and you get 2 boxes for 1 single red point.
You are listening to The Liberal Grouch.
Oh boy, macaroni and cheese. I'm glad we are poor. Well, that's going to do it for the Grouchcast today, I believe. Again, I'm being nicer than I need to be. If I have been publicly accusing you of being Paul Krendler, and you're not Paul Krendler, you've never denied being Paul Krendler, although you've had 2 opportunities in federal court to do so, you have not. But if I'm wrong, and you're not Paul Krendler, you better tell somebody who really is before they come knocking at the door.
You've been listening to The Liberal Grouchcast with Bill Schmalfelt. The Liberal Grouchcast is a copyrighted performance by Bill Schmalfelt. Copyright 2015. All rights reserved. The Grouchcast is available on Stitcher Smart Radio, YouTube, Spreaker, Live 365, and on our website, www.grouchcast.com.
And
send
iTunes.
us your tweets at Grouchcast
No, don't do that.
365
They took it
or
away.
shoot us an email at grouchcast365@comcast.net. Until next time, stay liberal and stay grouchy.
Blueberry. This podcast is a member of the Blueberry Network. Blueberry. No E's. That's Blueberry, BLUBRRY.com. Blueberry.com.